Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today's story named as Puss in Boots. Once upon a time in a quaint little village, there lived a poor miller and his 3 sons. When the miller passed away, he left his eldest son with the mill, his second son with the donkey, and the youngest, named Jack, with nothing but a small, clever cat named Puss. Jack was sad that he didn't inherit anything but a cat, but Puss assured him, "Fear not, dear Jack. I have a plan that will change our fortune." Puss began by asking Jack for a sack and a pair of boots. With these, he set off to the nearby forest, where he knew a cunning rabbit warren was located. He filled the sack with lettuce and strategically placed himself near the entrance of the warren. As the night fell, the moonlight illuminated the clearing. The curious rabbits, enticed by the smell of fresh lettuce, approached Puss. In a flash of wit and agility, Puss grabbed them and stored them in the sack. When the sack was full, he took it to the king's palace. Puss approached the palace guards and said, "Your Majesty, I bring a gift from my master, the Marquis of Carabas." The guards, impressed by Puss's refined manners, allowed him entry. Puss presented the sack of rabbits to the king and said, "These fine rabbits are a gift from my master, the Marquis of Carabas. He wishes to extend his generosity to you, Your Majesty." The king was delighted and thanked Puss for the gift. Puss then continued this routine, bringing the king a variety of game, always attributing them to the non-existent Marquis of Carabas. One day, Puss learned that the king planned to take a carriage ride along the river bank. Puss rushed back to Jack and instructed him, "Quickly, Jack. Take off your clothes and jump into the river." Confused but trusting Puss, Jack did as he was told. Puss hid Jack's clothes under a rock and waited for the king's carriage to approach. As it did, he ran toward the carriage, shouting, "Help! Help! Thieves have stolen the clothes of my master, the Marquis of Carabas." The king ordered his guards to provide Jack with new clothes from the royal wardrobe. When Jack was dressed in the finest garments, Puss whispered to him, "Remember, you are the Marquis of Carabas now." As the carriage continued its ride, Puss sprinted ahead and came across a vast field filled with peasants. He instructed them, "If anyone asks, tell them this land belongs to the Marquis of Carabas, or else I shall call forth a swarm of rats to devour you." The peasants, terrified by Puss's threat, nodded vigorously. When the king arrived at the field, he inquired, "To whom does this fertile land belong?" "It belongs to the mighty Marquis of Carabas, Your Majesty," replied the peasants, trembling. Impressed by the supposed Marquis's wealth and power, the king decided that his daughter, Princess Isabella, should marry this nobleman. Puss hurried back to Jack and said, "Now, Jack, go to the castle, and remember, you are the Marquis of Carabas. Charm the princess and win her heart." Jack followed Puss's advice, and with his genuine kindness and warm heart, he and Princess Isabella fell deeply in love. They were married in a grand ceremony, and Jack truly became the Marquis of Carabas. And so, Puss's cleverness and Jack's kind heart turned their fortunes around, and they lived happily ever after in the castle, where Puss enjoyed his new-found life of luxury. And every now and then, he would give a sly wink to Jack, grateful for the adventure that had brought them such prosperity and happiness.